What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about J.J Redick possibly being traded to the Nets, the Celtics, or the Sixers, which is all interesting teams for him. I definitely want to talk about what teams fit him the best, what team would need him the most, and what he has left in the tank as he hasn't got off to a good start with the Pelicans, as he hasn't shot the ball well from the field or from three, which is a surprise because he's just been such a great shooter his whole career that you kind of expect him to keep going and not take no declines, especially because he hasn't been having severe injuries. He has some injuries, but they wasn't career changing for what I thought. But obviously, he's been impacted. He's not getting the space that he has, and when he does get the good shot or the space, he just haven't been knocking them down. Obviously, people look at the Sixers as the ideal fit, as they do have some draft capital and some young players that you can cash in to get a guy like Redick for basically nothing, because JJ Redick shouldn't be worth much this season because he has got off to such a bad start. And the Pelicans are obviously trying to get rid of them, and they have made it known. So I don't think JJ Redick holds a lot of trade value currently because he's also not a great defender right now. And he has never really been one. But especially at this age and the fact that he's not shooting well, I think that that's why they're ready to offload him and get what they can get. I don't think they're going to get multiple picks. If they get a pick, it might be a first rounder in the aspiring contract. If not, it'd be a young player plus a small, probably protected second or first round pick for J.J. Redick, which is amazing because if J.J. Redick can find his stroke, this guy can be a huge difference maker for a lot of these teams that are looking for outside shooting or looking for a guy that's, professional and accepting of his role and knowing what he is, and that's a shooter. Shooter is a premium right now. If you can get shooting, especially 3-point shooting and mid range shooting, plus he's an unselfish and willing passer, especially, with these teams that already have their established stars and they all need guys that can play off of them. And JJ Redick is a guy that can, keep the defense honest with his consistent moving, but he also don't need the ball to make plays. And you look at Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, they need guys like the Danny Greens and the Seth Currys, but they also need depth. Because remember when Steph Curry went down, they didn't really have nobody that could replace what he brings to the table offensively. And J.J. Redick isn't a Steph Curry, but he does at least give you that shooting. Plus, you're not really giving much up for him. The Celtics are different as they have a bunch of guards already. So adding another guard isn't going to save them. They really just need a tall, long, decent wing. They don't really need a J.J. Redick. It would be good to have one, but I think that shouldn't be the priority of what they need, especially if they're thinking about using a trade exception. I think they can get somebody more valuable than a J.J. Redick, and I think that they should hold out for that and not pick him up. Not only that, when you look at the Nets, they're just trying to get as much talent as they can, but they also do need a wing and a big, and they already added Iman Shumpert to their team already. So I don't think they need J.J. Redick because they have a bunch of guards with him and Joe Harris and Timothy Luwalu who already play that defense shooting role where they only going to take a couple layups and knock down threes when they're open with the defense breaking down and collapsing when James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie get garner so much attention with their individual play and playing in the pick and roll. So I don't think that the Nets need a J.J. Redick, but he would be an upgrade over Timothy Luwalu. He would be an upgrade over J.J. Redick, over Iman Shumpert currently. But what do you have to give up to get a guy like J.J. Redick is a thing that's going to be interesting, as I don't really see the Nets having a final roster. I think that even if they get J.J. Redick, they still need to make another move just because they're trying to go all in for a title, and you have to have the best roster that you can to help increase your chances of, being a championship team. And they rely a lot on a big three because of the lack of depth. James Harden and Kyrie and Kevin Durant are playing a lot of minutes, not because they're superstars, but because they have to, because they have to live and die with that trio because they gave up their depth to get it. So I understand why they'd be trying to look for a guy like J.J. Redick because it gives you somebody that can come in and give you some consistent scoring. Plus, if Joe Harris go down, you have a legitimate replacement off the bench for Joe Harris. He's not as good as Joe Harris currently, but he does give you something that can be a substitute when you do need him. Plus, he can be a legitimate six man once his shots are falling and getting back to the normal J.J. Redick. He can be a huge asset for any of these teams, but I think the Sixers can use him more as they have a lot of guys that can defend and they have a lot of guys that can play multiple positions and score in multiple ways. But when you look at that bench, they do need a little bit more of a punch. And I think J.J. Redick already knows how to play with Embiid and Simmons. He already knows how to fit in with them. He already has the perfect play style for that team. Plus, they actually have the better assets out of the other two teams when it comes to making a trade for the Pelicans, and they already, have love and respect for J.J. Redick on top of that. So just taking them and putting them into the system to me will only make them, better, especially if they can get J.J. Redick back shooting the way we know he can shoot. And that's the problem is you're selling low on J.J. Redick if you're the Pelicans because of how bad he has been. And, it is going to be a conversation of what more can J.J. Redick do if he's not going to be able to defend and he can't get off his shots clean. And even if when he does get a clean look and he can't knock them down consistently, what is J.J. Redick really bringing to your team besides being a veteran professional and a mentor for a lot of these guys in the league? But value-wise, when you look at his contract, um, he has performed well for it, but this year has just been just hard to watch if you're a JJ and the Pelicans fans. Like they was obviously looking at JJ as a huge asset and a huge player for him, and he just hasn't been able to deliver on his side the last couple years for the Pelicans, and it got to the point where they're ready to move on and go in a different direction and get what they can. Plus, they have other guys that's coming up underneath Redick and Lonzo that are hungry and really want to play and really want to prove themselves in the league. Plus, you only can pay so many guys, and if you're going to pay these rookies or give these guys opportunities, they're going to warrant the money, and you just can't afford to keep these guys around if they're really not a part of your future, and you don't really see a role for them anymore because you want to give it to the other guys on this team, and that's one of the biggest reasons why J.J. Redick is on the move. But if I had to pick a team that fits and is good for J.J. Redick, it would be the Sixers. Not only because he played with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons before, not only because he knows Doc Rivers and Doc Rivers gets the best out of role players as a coach, but because they also can give up the best package for him out of the other two teams, if I had to be honest. Other than that, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. I have merchandise on sale on my Facebook page. You can customize the hat and customize shirts the way you want them to be. Message me and I can get them shipped out to you. You can also buy merchandise, exclusive merchandise that's only available on my spread shirt. That will also be in the comment section and in the description below. If you don't want to support the channel by buying merchandise, you can like and share. Liking and sharing allows this channel to grow and it allows the channel to be reached by more people. And that's another way to show love and support. Other than that, if you're new to the channel, I upload every single day of the week. So if you love basketball and you can't get enough of it, you need that daily fix, then this is the channel for you, as I have over 2,000 videos, whether it's breakdowns of legends, players, rookies, summer league coverage, draft coverage, top 10 lists, season previews, even playoff predictions, but also free agency and trade deadline talks and discussions of the hottest topics every single day. is offered. And if you don't believe me, like I said, check out my channel. I have a bunch of videos already about those, and they all, organized. Other than that, hopefully you guys enjoy your day. We off to a new week. Let's get it. Other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, signing out. And let me know what you guys think about J.J Redick. Should he go to the Nets? Should he go to the Celtics? Should he go to the Sixers? Or should they try to find a different team that can get a little bit more from him? But with the way he has played and the way he has defended, it's going to be tough to get a huge package for him. But at least you can get something and let your young guys play. Enjoy your day.